Hey you guys, how y'all doing? It's Can We Talk to You? Okay, this is a very new channel and I want to introduce myself. I'm Miss D. Hopefully you're doing good because I am. Now, what I'm going to bring to you on this channel is reaction. Anybody can get it. And when I say anybody can get it, don't get your panties in a bunch because I'm just here to have a conversation. And if I decide that I'm going to watch someone's video, I may react to it. You may not like how I react to it, but I'm just sharing my opinion on how I feel. That's just it. And even if it's news, let's just say hypothetically. Um, for instance, I guess this gentleman and his wife were on vacation. I'm not exactly for sure, but I need to get the story. And when I get the story, I'm going to come right back to you and let you know how it all went down. Just keep in mind, y'all, I said anybody can get it. Okay, we're going to start off with this. I'm going to be reading from this. Okay, here's what is interesting. They say it's cheaper to keep her. But let me tell you something. This doctor right here, he was willing to risk it all because he is a what is he? What kind of doctor is he? He's a doctor. Wait a minute. Anesthesiologist, doctor. We can really get off into it. Okay. I'm not going to read everything, but I'm going to briefly go through it. Top doctor alleged tried to push wife off Hawaii beautiful spot. Lord have mercy. There's a lot going on there. Okay. A scenic Hawaiian lookout became a stage for a shocking crime as renowned anesthesiologist Garrett Conan allegedly tried to murder his wife. Yeah, I said it. By pushing her off the edge of a hiking trail. This happened on March the 24th. This gentleman, he was 46 years old and his wife was 36 years old. Now, my thing is this. What is it that she could have possibly done to make him feel like instead of him divorcing her, he just wanted to take her out? I don't understand that. Apparently, he had it in his heart. He has a very demonic spirit. And I just don't get it. But let's continue. The 46-year-old was arrested later that evening after a brief foot chase following what police described as a brutal attempt on the life of his 36-year-old wife, Ariel Coyne, a prominent nuclear engineer. Now, I'm not understanding why he wanted to risk it all. Arthur claims that, authorities claim that the couple who had been married since 2018, they've been married for what? Almost about 7 years or something like that. Were at Poly Lookout in, what is this? Oahu at this time. According to Ariel, this attack was triggered after she refused her husband's request to take a photo with him. That is what she's claiming. I think it's a little more than that. Something has happened because your partner decided not to take a picture with you. You then want to throw her over the cliff? No, it's a lot more to it than that. Maybe at that point, when he said, "Oh, honey, let's take a beautiful picture real quick up here in these trails, these mountains," and she probably was thinking something. And if she was thinking what he might do to her, it's only because there's a lot more to that story than that. But she ain't telling. This is crazy. Top anesthetist Gary Coyne is under arrest for attempted after trying to push his wife off a cliff during a vacation in Oahu. Preliminary investigation pointed to the incident having been pre-planned, as Gary had poked his wife with 2 syringes containing an undisclosed substance during the attack. Wow. Now, maybe he's been watching movies or something. I wonder if he thought he was going to get away with that. Because there was this gentleman where him and his wife were in the, the Appalachian Trails? And he pushed her off the cliff. I mean, I would think that they would have to live with that for the rest of their lives. But of course, they don't care because they have demonic spirits. So it doesn't matter to them. And they will go on and live with someone else and probably think, oh, if she don't behave correctly, let me just do her in. That ain't the way it go. Let's continue. While the man was stopped before he could throw his wife over the cliffside, Ariel sustained several injuries. She was rushed to a nearby hospital with multiple head and facial wounds where she remained in stable but critical condition. Now, keep in mind, Ariel was 36. Gary was 46. You're talking about taking someone out, Gary. Someone who's younger than you. So you should have known that you would have a fight on your hand. She wasn't going out like that. Now you done lost everything. Everything. Let's continue. Immediately after the Honolulu Police Department issued a statement requesting the public assistance in locating the suspect. Cohen is 46 years old, 5'9", 160 pounds, and has brown hair and green eyes. Cohen, Garrett, they're going to love you in prison with those green eyes. Yeah. You're going to find your mate in there. In that prison. He was last seen near the Poly Lookout. He was wearing a light gray shirt and blue shorts and carrying a black bag, the department said. They got images credited to him. What they did, they went on his Facebook and got some of his images. Excuse me. Yeah. Garrett Cohen was taken into custody by the HPD after a brief chase, unable to continue running, so he couldn't run no more. Good for him. The man was found near the Poly Highway, where officers were able to arrest him without resistance. Okay. Thank God they caught him. Because you know what? Nobody deserves anything like that. If you don't like your wife like that, then go ahead, just get a divorce. Hey, I'm about to divorce you. I need to get a divorce, and here's why. I no longer want to live with you for the rest of my life, so I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to divorce, babe, because I'm just not feeling it with you anymore. So it's time out. It's time for me to depart, leave, go wherever I need to go. But that does not give you a right, Garrett, to try to take her out. You taking her out as if to say, if you can't have her, nobody else can have her. How does that sound? Sound like somebody touched. Let's continue. Authorities are investigating the motivation behind the attack, as the Cohens seems to have a stable marriage prior to the incident. Something don't sound right here. Okay, maybe what they're saying, it probably was premeditated, because he probably made it seem as if their marriage was okay and okie dokie, and it really wasn't. He was planning ahead. Something had happened before, and it may have happened months or years prior to them going on that trip. I wouldn't be surprised if he planned that trip. And he thought that was his opportunity. Let's get him. That is crazy. Let's continue. Maui Health, the medical facility where Garrett was employed, announced his suspension from his position as an anesthesiologist shortly after, with the center vowing to launch an investigation into this matter. Boy, I bet you this man never thought that he would have a mug shot. They got all that. He probably, I don't know. I don't know. But it's sad that his life had to end this way at the age of 46. And he had a good job. But he wanted to risk it all. man. In addition to his current role as an anesthesiologist, Cohen had previously worked as an assistant professor in anesthesiology and a bioengineer at a University of Pittsburgh. Very prominent man. They're not for sure if they had kids or not. They're just starting this investigation so they can really see exactly what caused this. That it makes no sense. He later joined an anesthesiologist medical group in Maui, where he served in a partner's role. That is so interesting. The Cohen seems to have been enjoying a comfortable lifestyle. That's what it looked like. But behind closed door, it was a whole different thing. Residing in a 1.5 million home in Maui and enjoying a vacation before the attack, which combined with Garrett's success career only added to the shock of those close to him. You know what? I'm almost certain, but not for sure, that those who knew them could not believe that he was capable of doing what he was doing. Because he portrayed a life of happiness with his wife when behind closed doors something else was going on. He wanted nobody else into his business. But yet, he did what he did to that woman, his wife. Now, he's gonna have to suffer for that. And I'm quite sure she's gonna be suffering as well, because that's gonna stick in the back of her head for the rest of her life. And it's, how do you trust somebody like that? You're thinking you're in a unbelievable relationship, and all of a sudden, y'all go on this hiking trail, and your husband decided that he wanted to stick and poke you with something you don't know what it is, and then try and throw you off the cliff. I tell you what, something wasn't right with that. He plotted that, and he probably was going to move on with a whole new life and think nothing of it if he had got away with it. And he thought it was okay. But he need to spend the rest of his doggone life in jail for what he did to her. He shouldn't get out. He shouldn't be able. Let me continue. I'm almost over with this. The couple marriage, now under public scrutiny, had seemed stable up until that point. How did it? Yeah, well, I guess they probably has interviewed friends and families, and the friends and family probably told, the investigators about their life and them being around them, and nothing was wrong at that time. But nobody knew. Nobody but him, her, and God. They're the only ones that knew about that. Let's continue. Up until that point, it remains unclear if the couple has children together, though Cohen is known to have at least 2 children from a previous marriage. I would have been questioning what happened with your relationship prior to us getting together. I would have questioned that. And if he told me something different, I would have got with that ex and had a conversation with him. Because I want to know who I'm dating. Further details has not been disclosed, including the content of Garrett injections and their purpose of his motives for carrying out the violent act. That is interesting. Here it is. You done married someone who you thought that you were going to spend the rest of your life with. You're thinking you're going to spend the rest of your life with this person. And all of a sudden, y'all go somewhere and they decide they want to try to take you down. And I don't think it's because of that picture. He wanted to get a picture with her. I don't think that it's because of that. I think it's a lot more to it than that. It just don't lead just to that. It just don't. So it's a lot more to that story that we don't know. But like I said, hey, like and subscribe to my channel. Because we're going on a journey. Yeah. Y'all, I'm up and I'm out. Subscribe to my channel. Share my video. Give me some likes. I appreciate it so much. You guys have a blessed day.